You're on 100.3, the sounds of MacArthur. Craig Bryant with you for the Aussie Collection Show. It's now time for our special guest for Acoustics in the Room. Please welcome Ria Brcic. Welcome to the show.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for coming in. Be exciting.
Yes,
I'm a big fan of your voice.
Oh, thank you very much.
So for those who are listening who are unfamiliar, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name's Ria Brcic, and I'm from the Camden area. I sing folk country music, and I've been singing since I was about 8 years old, and I've been playing guitar for about 4 or 5 years now. And I basically just try and get out there anywhere I can, gigging, performing in any festivals or, anything I can get myself into. And it's my passion, it's what I love. So I hope to be doing something in the music industry in the future. So
yeah, and was there a moment when you were growing up that made you realise music was what you wanted to do?
Yeah, well, actually when I was probably about 5-6 years old, I used to sing to my grandfather. He was a painter, and he used to come down to Sydney because he lives in Queensland. And he used to come down to Sydney and paint our house, and he always would ask me to sing to him while he painted the house. And I always loved singing, but I didn't sing a lot. And he was kind of the person that gave me the confidence to, really start, singing and, performing to other people. So that would definitely be where it sort of all began. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad he made you start singing.
Yeah, I know. Very good.
So what about who's inspired you over the years, different artists?
The biggest artist that I've sort of taken a lot of inspiration from and is an artist that's still playing today is a folk singer called Gabrielle Aplin. She's a British artist, and she sings folk kind of music, and her style of songwriting is what I really enjoy to write myself, and where I've kind of drawn a lot of inspiration in my own songs that I've written. But there's also artists like Dolly Parton and Linda Ronstadt and Kenny Rogers, the real sort of classic greats of the country industry as well, which I love, because in the past probably about 3 years I've gotten a lot of inspiration from the country scene and artists, just because it's a really big scene, and I think people who aren't in that industry don't realise how big it actually is until you become part of it and you listen to that kind of music. But even from the pop genres and everything, artists like Florence and the Machine I love, and my favourite band of all time, Fleetwood Mac, I love their music, and it can really be anything in the present time that really can inspire me and I can take inspiration from, which has influenced me to where I am today.
But you were just mentioning the country scene. They do say it's a big family in the country music scene.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I probably started doing, country festivals and talent quests and things like that about 4 years ago. And it was one of the best things for me because I got to work with bands, and considering my inexperience then, I got to work with such great bands, which really improved, my ability to work with other people and perform on stage. And there is a real big sense of community, which is what I loved about it as well. So
yeah, well, you have brought your guitar, which is exciting. So I'd love to hear a live track. What do you want to play for us first?
So the first song I'll be playing is an unreleased song, but it's a song I'm looking at releasing this year. It's called Camden, which is where I'm from, and I wrote this probably about 6 months ago when I was living overseas in Spain. I actually lived in Spain on my own for about 9 months, and I was in Europe for about 18 months all up, and I was, alone, so I got quite homesick, and I wrote this song in the midst of feeling really homesick and missing my family and my home and my parents. So that's when I wrote this song, and so it has a lot of sentimental value to me, and I'm sure to many people who live in the MacArthur area, because it's Camden is a great town, and it's my hometown. So
take it away when you're ready.
Oh, Camden is where I'm from, a place where I belong, with a home by the river, but it's just not that. Some things go way back. Oh, Camden could it be? It's too home for me. On my home by the river, it's my safekeeping with a family, and we all have dreams, and mine starts right here. So just keep listening for the story, for the story. Oh, I've traveled around the world. I've seen places that's got me curled. Landscapes of beauty, pathways for life. But I didn't feel whole. I just wanted to cry. Oh, my family, they weren't there. Without my best friend, nothing to share. Oh, my home by the river, could you please come back? Let's have a chat. Oh, my safekeeping with a family, and we all have dreams, and mine starts right here. So just keep listening for the story. On my home by the river, it's my safekeeping with a family, and we all have dreams, and mine starts right here. So just keep listening for the story. Story for story. Oh, Camden is where I'm from.
Ria Brcic there on 100.3. Incredible song and incredible voice.
Thank you so much.
It was awesome. So when you do writing a song, does your process for writing a song change?
Yeah, it really it varies all the time. But generally speaking, I try to pick a key signature, which I want to write the song in first, and then I figure out what chords I have in that key signature to work with, and then I figure out my progression and, you know, any harmonies that I want to play as like an instrumental and an intro, and then I work on the lyrics and the melody. And the lyrics and the melody kind of come together at the same time. And then once my lyrics are sort of down pat, I then go through the melody and see anything that can be changed and that I can work with. But like I said, it changes all the time. Sometimes I'll be in the car driving and I'll think of like some lyrics to work with, and I have to quickly stop and, you know, write down what I have in my head, because I've only got it for a short sporadic moment and then it's gone. And often I can think of something and forget. That's why often when I write songs, I put my phone on and I click record on my memos and I just record everything. Because literally I could come up with a melody and think it's really great, and then 5 seconds later I like forget it. So it's always good to just make sure. I just try and just get everything down on paper or on my phone.
Yeah.
Because that's the best way to, you know, just keep that on record. Because sometimes I will write a song and, you know, I can write a song, it takes me months, and I will work on it a little bit and then put it away and then come back, you know, a few weeks later or even a few months later and work on it a bit more. Then other times I can write a song in literally 10 minutes, and sometimes it can be a really great song and sometimes not so good, but then I work on it again. So it depends, and it varies all the time.
Well, that song Cammed, I do love that song.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
And you mentioned you lived in Europe for a while. What was it like living over there?
Oh, it was amazing. Particularly, I lived in Spain for about 9 months, and it was such a great experience. I got to learn another language, which is why I did it, and it was a really good cultural experience and a real big wake-up call to see how other people live and the sort of lifestyle, because, you know, it was such an amazing experience, but at the same time, like, there were hard bits of it. So, but it was kind of those hard times that really, you know, made it the experience it was and was how I learnt from it. So it was awesome. And then I was in Croatia for a little bit because I'm Croatian. My dad's Croatian, and we lived there for a little bit. And then I was in the UK, and even though the UK is quite similar, I had such an amazing experience there because there's such a big music culture there. And I was living in Manchester, which it's not even the capital. I've heard, you know, London's 10 times better for the music industry, but Manchester was great. And there's live music every night of the week, any bar, any restaurant, there's everywhere there was live music, and I was gigging like 3-4 times a week. So it was just such a good experience, and the vibe there, and everyone's so passionate. It was an amazing experience for me.
Wow, I bet the audience is like listening to Australians too over there.
Yeah, I think they kind of like the accent, but yeah, it was good.
And what do you enjoy most performing in front of a crowd?
I love performing, like playing my own songs. I think that's like the biggest thing, and especially when you play your own songs and people actually listen and they can connect with it. There was this one time when I was playing at this really well-known bar in Manchester called the Whiskey Jar, and I played an original and a cover, and literally everyone that goes there to hear the live music, and there was like 150 people all crammed into this small bar just to watch people play. And the whole time I sung, not one person made noise. They all just went there to listen, and they listened to the whole song, and so they really connected with my song I wrote and the lyric and what it meant. So it's just such a great feeling to be able to perform and people, you know, really listen and, you know, I guess draw inspiration from whatever you're playing and singing. So
yeah, I think I find it very hard for some artists when they're playing and that people are talking or not listening. I think it'll be hard for an artist.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it, of course, because often when I get asked to play a gig at a restaurant or something like that, you know, you're there to serenade people's dinners, in effect. So, like, you're in the background, you know, people are talking amongst, and you're sort of just in the background, and occasionally a couple of people will stop and listen in on a song if they like it. So, I mean, it's nice when people are fully immersed in your performance, but at the same time, you know, I get that I'm a form of entertainment in that sort of thing. So often in restaurants, I'm just background music, which is fine. And I guess hopefully one day I'll be playing and people will be fully immersed in my performance.
I'm sure they will one day.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you have a few songs out already. Are you any plans on releasing some more?
Yeah, so definitely this year I'm hoping to release an EP. You know, while I was away, I worked on my writing a lot, so I have a lot of material behind me. So hopefully around July I will start recording and releasing. I want to do a small EP, and, you know, each song sort of connects in the whole EP that I've sort of created or fits in together, but I sort of want to release them as singles, you know, each track separate, just because, you know, it generates a bit more of a following and more likes, and, you know, at the moment it's about trying to get myself out there. As such, if I were to release a whole EP at the same time, you know, maybe you have the one song on the EP that people really enjoy and listen to, and then the other songs kind of get put on the back burner a little bit. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that happens this year. And I also have 2 songs that I released about a year and a half ago. One of them is a cover song of the song Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley, and the other song is an original called Shoot Me Down. So you can have a look at them on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, And you also check out my Facebook page, and everyth's all on it. So.
Can't wait till you have some more music. I'll be playing it on air for
I know,
sure.
it's super exciting.
Exciting. And do you have any gigs coming up where people can go and see you?
Yes, so this Friday, actually, I have a gig at the Camden Civic Centre called the Camden Shorts. And it's actually funny because a few years ago, I actually, competed in the event. And it was a great experience. And then just a few weeks ago, I got asked by... the guy who I'm with, MacArthur Entertainment Agency, and he sent me an email through saying, they've invited you to come as a special guest to play at the Camden Shorts. So that's super exciting. And so I'll be playing a small set there around 7:30. And it's free entry, so that's coming up. And I also got playing at Bar Ends on the 27th, which is a Friday. And so I'll be playing for quite a while down there from 7:30 onwards. So if anyone's free and have no plans or would like to hear some more music of mine, come down to Bar Ends on the 27th.
Make sure you do. It should be a good night.
Yeah, hopefully.
And what's the best place for people to go to contact you to see more information?
Best way to see me is through my Facebook page. So you can go Ria Brcic. So it's Ria, R-I-A, and then Brcic, my surname. It's a bit of a tricky one, but I decided to keep because I guess it's all about individuality. So that's my surname. So it's B-R-C-I-C. And so you can check out my page there, and I have a few covers and all my events that I have on, so you can keep up to date where I'm at and what's upcoming events. So you can check that out and message me through that, or email me all my details on there if you're ever interested in, booking me for a gig, or, weddings and things like that I often get booked in for. So feel free to check it out.
And I'll put a link on my Facebook page as well for you.
Okay, awesome. That would be great.
Well, thanks so much for coming in. It's been great having you in.
Well, thank you for having me.
And do you think we can have another live one?
For sure. So the next song I'll probably do a cover, and then I'll finish it with another original. So this is an Adele song, and it's called When We Were Young.
Take it away.
Everybody loves things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. If by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you were someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were safe. Getting old made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. I was so scared to face my fears, 'cause nobody told me that you'd be here. And I swear you moved overseas. That's what you say when you left me. You still look like a movie, you still sound like a song. God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time getting old, it made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young. And it's hard to just win me back. Everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there. And a part of me keeps holding on, just in case it hasn't gone. I guess I still care. Do you still care? It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. But God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were safe. Getting old made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. When we were young.
Ria Brcic, they're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful version. Thank you so much for coming in again. I'd love to finish with one more if we can.
Okay, so this next song I wrote also when I was living in Manchester in the UK. And I wrote this song probably about 3-4 months, probably about 4 or 5 months ago actually, and it's called Days Like This. So enjoy. In life we sometimes fall down, we're all human. Pushbacks and failures knock you around, it's clearly proven. Though there are people out there who keep on going, my mistakes I've seen in life, but no, gotta keep on rolling. 'Cause I will rise each time again, I won't let it burn out, it's my life. Whoa, oh, oh. And days like this, they seem so far away. And days like this, they push you hard till they fade out of your life. Because days like this, I just wanna cry. Some people work a little harder than me, so why are they failing? It's not an easy thing to be someone amazing. Though there are people out there who keep on going, my mistakes I've seen in life, but no, I gotta keep on rolling. 'Cause I will rise each time again, I won't let it burn out, it's my life. Whoa, oh, oh. And days like this, they seem so far away. And days like this, they push you hard till they fade out of your life. Because days like this, I just wanna cry. Bye bye. dum, ba da da dum, ba da 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 ba da ba 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 da ba da da da, la da 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 da. Days like this, they seem so far away. And days like this, they push you hard till they fade out of your life. Because days like this, I just want to cry.
The talented Ria Brcic there. Thanks for stopping by and come back anytime.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.